Heat waves and extreme heat have a direct impact on health as well as indirect effects. Direct effects comprise mild symptoms like fatigue, heat stress, dehydration, and heat stroke as more severe conditions. Indirect effects comprise the worsening of pre-existing chronic disease, for example cardiovascular, respiratory and kidney disease, which can take up to hospitalizations and even death among very frail patients. The introduction of heat adaptation plans and warning systems can help raise awareness on the risk of exposure to extreme temperatures and can also help respond and mitigate the impacts in terms of health.
The urban heat island is a local phenomenon caused by urbanization, which leads to a warmer microclimate within cities than in the surrounding rural. In particular, the urban heat island occurs at night when the temperature difference can reach 6 degrees Celsius. Given that the duration and intensity of summer heat waves is increasing because of the global climate change, it is important to characterize the urban heat island in detail in order to develop mitigation strategies and a forecast system. This is one of the aims of the LIFEASTI project, and therefore by the year 2019 the Rome LIFEASTI team developed a dense rooftop weather station network. Such a network, still in expansion, currently has a total of 34 units, including weather stations from DEP Lazio amateur network, taking advantage of the citizen science. Where there was a lack of monitors, the LIFEASTI team provided to install new monitors. The weather stations, such as the one you can see behind me, are all the same model, Davis Vantage Pro 2, and are all installed following the World Meteorological Organization siting standards. Each station is provided with the sensors for temperature, relative humidity, wind and rain. A first study conducted on this data by our research team showed that the urban heat island in Rome peaks at midnight with an intensity of 3.4 degrees Celsius, but the maximum observed intensity during 2 summers was of 6.2 degrees.
We forecast the urban heat island intensity with a widely used numerical model. It's called WRF, Weather Research and Forecasting Model, and it's coupled with a urban canopy module to get a better representation of the urban environment itself. In this configuration, the model can forecast a number of relevant atmospheric parameters with a spatial resolution of 2 kilometers. But when it comes to the urban heat island, you want to focus on temperature and humidity. So in this case, we also applied a statistical downscaling procedure, specifically trained with experimental data acquired by our weather station network to get a resolution down to 250 meters. Basically, this is what you need to characterize your very whole neighborhood. In this configuration, the model was validated with 2015 and 2019 experimental data and assessed against 13 different statistical parameters. So we consider it pretty reliable. And it provides 3-day forecasts of 4 environmental and health-related indexes. First of all, the urban heat island intensity, of course, that is the difference in temperature between the city center urban environment and its rural surrounding. And then the apparent temperature, the thermal universal climate index, and the discomfort index, that are all human biometeorology indexes widely used to evaluate, estimate, and assess the combined effect of temperature and humidity on human well-being.
The European-funded LIFEASTI project has developed heat health warning systems which are based on the association between mortality and temperatures. Through the definition of these models, it is possible to identify the thresholds above which there is an increase in the impact on health. And these are then used with weather forecast data to predict the occurrence of extreme conditions for health during heat waves. Within the LIFEASTI platform, not only it is possible to have forecasts up to 4 days of the extreme temperatures within a city with a very high resolution to estimate the impacts of the urban heat island, but also to have the estimate of the heat health watch warning systems for each city included in the project. The warning systems are graded on a 4-level warning, from level 0 in green, which identifies conditions not at risk, to level 3 red warnings, which are when extreme conditions persist for 3 or more days, so identifying a heat wave, and have a high risk for health. Heat health warning systems are a key component of a heat adaptation plan, in that measures and actions need to be tailored around the different graded level of warnings predicted by the models. Heat adaptation plans should be set up based on emergency and health service organization of an institution, identifying a lead body and an information network to provide the dissemination at capillary level of the different warnings and to the different stakeholders involved in a heat adaptation.